Good morning, students. Today we are going to see 2.4 Three Visions for India. This lesson is a speech which was delivered by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on 25th May 2011 at IIT Hyderabad. Let's see first warming up activities means pre-reading activities. Activity number 1. Read the preamble of the Constitution of India given in your textbook. Pick out the words that refer to the following. First one is brotherhood. Brotherhood refers fraternity. Second word freedom. Freedom refers liberty. Third one is earnestly and seriously refers solemnly. Fourth one, fair and impartial treatment. It refers equality. Fifth one is having supreme authority. It refers sovereign. Sixth one is unity and oneness. It refers integrity. And last one is a promise made to oneself. It refers resolve. Activity number 2. Finite and non-finite verbs. Verbs are action words. They can be finite or non-finite. Read the sentences below, focusing on the verbs. Let's read examples. First one, I play football. Second one, he plays football. Third one, they play football. Fourth one, Manish plays football. As we see towards 4 examples, we come to know that in 4 examples, play is a verb. But in a first example, subject is I play. But in second example, as the subject is changed, verb is also changed. It means instead of I, in second example, there is used he. As we changed the subject, verb is also changed. It means instead of play, there is plays. It means as per the subject, when or if the verb is changed, such kind of verbs are called finite verbs. Look at the next example. They play football. Next example, Manish plays football. Here instead of they, here is used Manish. For Manish, we use he pronoun. It means as the subject is changed, verb is also changed. Instead of play, here is with Manish, there is a plays. Actually, it is a rule in grammar. When we write sentence in simple present tense and if there is a subject he, she or it, we put yes or yes with main verb. So here is Manish. Manish means he. So we put here yes with main verb. So instead of play, here is plays. And as we know that when verb changes as per the subject, or as per the singular or plural, such kind of verbs are called finite verbs. So verbs, those are used in 4 sentences, they are finite verbs. Let's understand non-finite verbs. To understand non-finite verbs, let's read the following sentences. 1. I like to play football. 2. He likes to play football. 3. They like playing football. 4. Manish likes to play football. As we see towards examples, we come to know that in first example there is used to play. To play, it is an infinitive, so it is non-finite verb. Actually, I made a separate video on this topic, finite and non-finite verbs. You can take help of that video. In second example, there is also used to play, as well as in fourth example, there is also used to play. To play, it is an infinitive. An infinitive is a non-finite verb. In third example, they like playing football. Here, like is a main verb. It is a finite verb. And playing, it is a participle. It is a present participle. And present participle is a non-finite verb. Because as we know that when present participle does work as an adjective, it is called non-finite verb. The simple definition of non-finite verb is verb does not change as per the subject or as per the singular or plural. Such kind of verbs are called non-finite verbs. Now we are going to see extract 1. Textbook page number 40, lines 1 to 31. Let's read extract. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of India's integrated guided missile program, states 3 visions for India based on the achievements and progress that he has witnessed in the history of the nation and during his own career as a missile scientist. Dr. Kalam's 3 visions for India are freedom, development, and standing up. The focus of his presentation is on developing India to its fullest potential while standing up to the rest of the world with fully validated self-respect for the achievements that have been obtained in the modern times. If we are not free, no one will respect us. I have 3 visions for India. In 300 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us, captured our land and conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all of them came and looted us and take over what was ours. Yet, we have not done this to any other nation. We have not conquered anyone. We have not grabbed their land, their culture, and their history, nor tried to force our way of life on them. Why? Because we respect the freedom of others. That is why my first vision for India is freedom. I believe that India had its first vision of freedom in 1857, when we started the War of Independence. It is this freedom that we must protect and nurture and build on. If we are not free, no one will respect us. Let's read words and meanings from the extract. Vision. Vision means dream. Potential. Potential means qualities and abilities that already exist and can be developed. Standing up to. It is a phrase. The meaning of this phrase is facing challenges bravely. Validated. Validated means reliably proved. Took over. It is a phrase. The meaning of this phrase is took control of. Next one, nurture. Nurture means care for or look after. Now we are going to see important points or detailed explanation of the given extract. As we know that Abdul Kalam was the 11th President of India, as well as he was a great scientist, thinker and political leader. 3 visions for India. This lesson is a part of famous speech which was delivered by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam at IIT Hyderabad on 25th May 2011. He outlines his 3 visions for his motherland India and pleads with Indians to get involved in the nation building process to make India a developed nation. Let's go through text. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the father of India's integrated guided missile program. As we know that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam is known as the father of India's integrated guided missile program or missile man. He states three visions. Visions means dreams and ideal. He stated three visions for India. These three visions are based on the development and progress that he has witnessed in the history of the nation during his own career as a missile scientist. Dr. Kalam's three visions for India are freedom. Freedom means power or right to act, speak or think. Second vision is development. Development means progress of the nation. And third vision is standing up. Standing up means facing challenges bravely. As far as Dr. Abdul Kalam's opinion is concerned, that when we focus on these three dreams or three visions, it is not too difficult to achieve them. Because we all Indians have potential. Potential means ability. While standing up to the rest of the world. Standing up means facing challenges bravely. We have ability to face challenges bravely. With fully validated self-respect for the achievements. Validated means confirmed with proof. According to Dr. Abdul Kalam, we have ability, we have potential, and we have proof. We can achieve any target bravely. We can face challenges bravely because we are in now modern times. Here is highlighted one line. If we are not free, no one will respect us. This line is very important because this line expresses universal truth. As far as Dr. Kalam's opinion is concerned, that if we are not free, no one will respect us. It means to get respect, freedom is very important. If we are not free, we will not get respect. Because we have seen before 1947, when Britishers were ruled to our nation, we were not respected by others. So, freedom is very important to get respect from others. Dr. Abdul Kalam said us he has three visions for India. First one, freedom. Second, development. And three, standing up. He has given historical reference here. In 3000 years of our history, people from all over the world, they came and invaded us. They defeated us. They captured our land. They conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all came in our country and they all invaded us, captured our land and conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all of them came to our country, they looted us and they took over what was ours. Took over, it is a phrase. The meaning of this phrase is took the authority of. It means many foreign rulers came to our country. They ruled us and they captured, they looted and they took over what was ours. So we were in slavery for many years. Dr. Kalam said that, yet we have not done this to any other nation. Conquered means taking control. It means we have not taken control to any other nation. We have not grabbed their land, their culture, and their history, nor tried to force our way of life on them. Why? Because we respect the freedom of others. And as far as my opinion is concerned, that we must respect the freedom of others. In his speech, Dr. Kalam said that we always respect the freedom of others. So, my first vision for India is freedom. He believes that India had its first vision of freedom in 1857 when we started the War of Independence. It is his freedom that we must protect and nurture and build on. To protect means to take care, and nurture means develop. We must always take care of our freedom and we must develop our nation. Because Dr. Kalam has given us message. If we are not free, no one will respect us. Now we are in freedom, but it is our duty, it is our moral duty. We must take care of our freedom and we must develop our nation. In this way, we have seen detailed explanation or important points of the given extract, line 1 to line 31. Now we are going to discuss vocabulary. Past forms means V2 forms of the verbs. Verb is grab. Past form grabbed. Second verb build. Past form built. Third one is conquer. Past form conquered. Fourth one try. Past form tried. Here are given some phrases. You have to use them in your own words. First, standing up to means face challenges bravely. They are always standing up for progress. Second phrase, took over. Took over means took the authority of. We have not taken over others. Let's pick out the sentence which conveys general truth or universal truth. Sentence is, if we are not free, no one will respect us. Let's discuss grammar from the extract. Sentence number 1. We respect the freedom of others. Change the voice. Answer must be, the freedom of others is respected by us. Second example, I have 3 visions for India. Type of sentence. It is a statement. Sentence number 3, we must protect and nurture our country. Use not only but also. We must not only protect but also nurture our country. Now we are going to discuss personal response question. This is a very important question because in this question, student must write his or her own opinion regarding to given topic. Here is given one question. What do you think will happen if everyone in the world respected the freedom of others? I think if everyone in the world respected the freedom of others, there would not be any kind of complaint against each other. There would be complete peace and harmony in the world. There would be no wars and no bloodshed. Everyone would be happy and free to develop his full potential. Now I would like to give some activities in assignment. Activity number 1, simple factual. Question is, pick out the line from the extract that conveys a general truth or universal truth. Activity number 2, complex factual. Answer the following questions. Question number 1, how should we handle our freedom? Question number 2, state the 3 visions. Activity 3, vocabulary. Write the meanings of 1. Vision, 2. nurture. 3. Potential. 4. To coher. Activity 4 is grammar. 1. India has not tried to conquer anyone. Identify the tense. Sentence number 2. Indians respect the freedom of others. Underline the subject and the predicate. And last activity, personal response. Your vision for India. Explain. Student, you must write this answer by using your own language, not from passage. In this way, I have given here 5 activities in assignment. Students, you must read textbook or given extract once or twice very carefully and then try to solve given activities in your classwork. Thank you.